Ladies and gentlemen, the American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Show, sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga, Top Shine Detailing. Check us out on all of our platforms. Top story, well, we don't really have a top story, but Charlie Kirk from Turning Point USA saying Fox News is out. He's not allowed on Fox News. Turning Point, they're breaking. You know, it's sad. It's sad where we are in this country. We are in a state where it is just turmoil within, without. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. All right, New Hampshire. I do not believe these polls and they're trying their best to make Nikki Haley, this is their last stand. They're trying to make Nikki Haley as the alternative to Trump. You watch, he'll smoke her in New Hampshire. Steve Garvey is set to run against a couple liberal Democrats, whoever comes out the winner. How does California not vote for Steve Garvey, the great L.A. Dodger first baseman? Jack Smith, I'm telling you, I called it. Jack Smith asking the United States Supreme Court to expedite the immunity. They said no. There ain't going to be a trial date in March. Isn't going to happen. Won't be a trial date at all because he's going to have immunity. McDonald's are increasing their prices by 10%, and people are upset. Nike's warning the world about doing business in China, baby. The party's over. We'll see what happens. Cummins, the diesel manufacturer of great diesel engines, is going to have to pay $1.67 billion fine due to emission standards issues. Rand Paul dogged Trump, fighting these elections, being on the ballot. He never was his friend. It was called friendship by convenience. But you know what? Trump never learns. Trump falls prey to it over and over again. You watch, he gets reelected, he'll be back in bed with McConnell, Rand Paul, Thomas Massey, all the Republican congressmen. It's the way it always is. All right, Joe Biden is bashing the media for how they're covering his economy. Tesla. Elon Musk is pushing back how the White House is acting like General Motors is the great EV, manufacturer of all time. They're the leaders. Not true. GM was slow to the game. But, of course, the White House doesn't like Elon. This is a scary story. The FBI claims that China is developing a dossier of blackmail on all of us. That ain't hard to do, is it? Blackmail us away, baby. If we all stand together and give them both the middle fingers, does it matter? Hell no. Go to hell, China. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Eric Deters Local News, sponsored by Deters Consulting, Parks Yoga, Top Shine Detailing, and check us out on all of our platforms. Well, this undocumented jackwagon right here raped somebody at a bus stop, was finally sentenced, but guess what? He didn't get the death penalty. He deserves a death penalty. Shooting an Over Rhine restaurant, in the restaurant and over the Rhine. That's where we are, folks. Scary, scary, scary. United States Customs busted a $6.9 million fraudulent jewelry ring. Fraudulent jewelry. Miami University's under fire for allegedly beating the hell out of some kid at a protest. We'll see what happens. Maybe he deserved it. I don't know. In local news, Matt Lehman, pictured right here, is going to run for Rachel Roberts' old seat down in Newport. He's a Democrat. This is the only Democrat seat in northern Kentucky. Kentucky news. Joe Biden visited Fort Campbell. Big deal, right? And Kentucky is going to set up a nuclear commission. They're following my lead. I told them we should go nuclear. Well, they are. In Ohio news, $10 million government funds to help Carew Tower convert it all to apartments. We used to be on the very top floor there. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day.
Hello, you're watching Eric Deters World News. This is Jamie Spindley with today's headlines. 5 dead bodies were found on Christmas Day in an apartment near Paris. A woman and her 4 children aged between 9 months and 10 years old. It is said that police were searching for a 33-year-old father who was on the run. He was already known to the police and was the primary suspect in the case. A plane carrying hundreds of Indian nationals who were held for days at an airport in France over human trafficking fears have arrived in India. The chartered Airbus A340, which had been flying from the United Arab Emirates to Nicaragua, aroused suspicion during a refueling stop. It left with 276 passengers, but 25 people, including 2 minors, remained in France after applying for asylum. 2 suspected traffickers also remain in France for further investigation. Heavy rains triggered a landslide in eastern Congo overnight that killed at least 4 people. 5 people were narrowly saved, but at least 20 others are missing. A search and rescue effort is underway to locate any survivors. And groups of armed bandits launched a series of attacks over the weekend in Nigeria, with at least 113 people losing their lives and over 300 people reported injured. The gangs targeted towns in central Nigerian state of Plateau. Plateau is infamous for clashes between herders and farmers. Conflict in this area has claimed hundreds of lives in recent years. I hope everybody has a fantastic day. I'll be back tomorrow. Cheerio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the American cheering Bulldog Nation, welcome to Sports Without Boundaries. I'm not afraid to wear my Dallas Cowboy sweatshirt. I know they sucked it up. Well, in sports, the Bengals lost to the Steelers, 11-34. It was a complete disaster from the get-go. The Jake Browning era of good feelings, that was an historical period in American history, era of good feelings is over. Unbelievable. Interception after 3 interceptions. Unbelievable. And the defense sucked too. All right, the NFL scores that I care about that I want to report to you is Baltimore 33, Niners 19. Thank you. You know, the Cowboys keep losing, and the Niners and the Eagles, well, the Eagles won, but it's like, come on. The Baltimore Ravens are going to be the first seed in the AFC, and they are going to make it to the Super Bowl. Eagles 33, Giants 25. And by the way, Jackson ought to be the MVP. Raiders 20, Chiefs 14. Broke the Chiefs' hearts. The Chiefs will finally not host a playoff game all the way through. They might host one, but the bottom line is they always get home field advantage. Bills 24, Chargers 22. Browns 36, Texans 22. Browns keep winning. Lions 30, Vikings 24. Bucks 30, Jags 12. Bucks are going to win that NFC South. Cowboys 20, Dolphins 22. Now my real sports story. The referees and the penalties in these games. Folks, you can't watch a game of football. And for the first time, I've been watching football my life. It is god-awful. Every once in a while there'd be a game where you would think, well, that penalty. It is non-stop. There's a guy that grabs C.D. Lamb's pants. He's holding his pants. C.D.'s trying to run. No penalty. Micah Parsons hits as he's releasing, barely, and he gets a 15-yarder. Micah Parsons is held every play. Never called. By the way, it's not just them. I'm watching the Giants-Eagles game last night. My God, muggings going on. Muggings in the end zone. That last play in the end zone, a mugging on 2 Giants players. No call. No call. The other thing that I want to say is we have to get rid of penalties. And when I say penalties, like do away with them. Why should there be any penalty on a formation? There shouldn't be motion penalties. That shouldn't be the case at all. There shouldn't be holding. Let offense and defensive line, they're big boys. Let them battle. Let them battle. Pass interference, either call it every damn time or eliminate it and let them battle. It's that simple, right, Josh?
Yep.
It is ridiculous.
They could call something every play.
So I think I'm the first person in America, the only person in America, that is calling the way to eliminate the problem, because the referees are boneheads, is eliminate the damn penalties completely. Come on, formation penalty? Let them have any damn formation they want. What's it hurt? What's it hurt? Motion. Let them be moving around all they want. Who cares? Who cares? It's a joke. All right, Rogan threw down, baby. You know, he's got his own moolah now, so he's secure to do this. He went after UFC with their fighters. He said the top fighters need to control their own destiny. Kind of basically a rebellion against UFC. Dana White calls it just a podcaster. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's a breach. All right, Rademacher, you can't make this up. The backup quarterback for Florida State, one, is entering the transfer portal because he's starting right now, and he's not playing the Orange Bowl. Florida State's going to get whopped by Georgia. Going to prove why they shouldn't have been in the Final Four. Caleb Williams is telling the number one draft pick Chicago Bears, don't pick me. Well, they shouldn't pick you anyway. I don't think you're the top quarterback. And if they trust in Fields, draft Marvin Harrison Jr. That's what I would do. University of Kentucky is now ranked number 8th. Danica Patrick went to a Turning Point political event and got all kinds of crap. Give me a break. Dolphins punter is marrying a chick whose first name is Bailey. His name is Bailey. So her name will be Bailey Bailey.
Bailey squared.
Bailey squared. BB. Didn't you love it? Bailey Bailey. She's a pretty girl. This the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. Have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, the American German Bulldog Nation, welcome to Pop Culture, sponsored by Top Shine Detailing. Check them out. All right, let's get right with it. Bungee jump. By the way, bungee jumping, Josh Wentz, used to be on my bucket list. It is no more. As I've gotten older, I said, screw bungee jumping. I've never been, never going to. But somebody decides that they want to make a bungee jump from Macau and jump from the tallest building, a record jump. They died. They hold the record of longest death by bungee jumping. Freaking unbelievable. The things people do, like rock climbing. Why would somebody freestyle rock climb without safety net? Man, I don't get that. All right, a 6-year-old was put on Spirit Airlines by himself, and he ended up on the wrong flight, and the parents want answers. Well, I got questions for you, parents. What are you doing putting a 6-year-old on a flight by himself? Josh Wentz, Jamie Spindley, would you ever put a 6-year-old on a flight by themselves? Hell no, me neither. So parents, while you're shooting at Spirit Airlines, why don't you look at your own conduct? All right, Neil McDonough. This guy always plays, it seems to me, like a bad guy. He plays a bad guy really well. But he's a big Christian, and not only that, he refuses to kiss anybody on screen that's not his wife. Which I get. This guy's a good dude. Plays a bad guy a lot, but he's a good dude. He's apparently losing jobs over it. Stay strong, Neil McDonough. Rolling Stones has a new album out, and their first lead single they've released is Angry, which is a really good song. And they got Sydney Sweeney to ride in a convertible to do the video, and it's really good. They have the billboard with things changing, and Sydney Sweeney, you know, I got a crush on her. And I tell you right now, it is a good video. All right, Kevin Spacey interviewed Tucker Carlson as if he was Frank Underwood, his character on House of Cards. And it was really good stuff. 2 people who got slammed by the mass media. Matthew Perry, well, he was never off drugs, and apparently his ex tells a sad story that Matthew Perry super glued his hands to his legs so he couldn't go get drugs. Couldn't you just done it to a coffee table? Said the scars looked awful. Sad story, deceased 5-year-old, 20 years missing, found him deceased. Look at this little boy. And apparently the stepdad and the mother pled guilty. The stepdad was served 15 years in homicide. How do you kill that kid? They would have been given the death penalty. Santa Falls. You know, this is a big thing. They do it in downtown Cincinnati too. Santa's scaling a building. Well, apparently his rope broke. And Santa fell and died. Poor little kids. You talk about traumatizing. Is Santa dead, Mom? Is Santa dead? No. Santa will get back up in a little bit. Santa will be okay. Yeah, right. Texas Mom Diary. There was a famous movie that was out. I forget the name of it, but it was about somebody who set up her husband. Ben Affleck played the character. Rosamund Pike played the woman, and she basically set up her husband like he murdered her through her writings, but she really wasn't dead. Well, this mom proved through her diary that it wasn't a suicide, and that guy is going to jail. All right, The Voice is all up in arms because Niall Horan is leaving The Voice. He was once one of the, One Direction guys. Anyway, also Gwen Stefani is going to be leaving too. And Charlie Sheen got choked by his neighbor. She attacked him in his Malibu home and tried to choke him to death. Charlie couldn't fend her off, I guess, himself. Holy cow, Charlie. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. See you tomorrow.